The pamphlet, it is a very condensed form of the book, and it specifically talks about the applied musicology and all the benefits it applies to like music students. It's essentially a way for us to be able to communicate how music is so important to students, but in a way that makes sense for an administrator, and it isn't in a way that isn't like something that is like about this thick. Because what administrator, I know I should have more faith in the administrators, but what person is gonna allow like this much reading in order to understand something? And that's what the pamphlet does. It's just a phenomenal way to get across to administrators why it is such a good idea to keep the music programs alive.
Like for application, besides what you practically just said,
Yeah.
I feel like more of like, for my daily life and my like stuff, like just in general, if like me in my day-to-day teaching, I feel like this is very good because, as I said, it has many ways of like understanding how you can apply this in many ways to like approach it. It even like directly tells you, think about a time you were in this stage of progress, think about a time you're thinking of this stage of progress. Like even like while reading the book, I already have like hundreds and hundreds of thoughts I can think of just how to apply them within a lesson, and think of moments that I've had been struggling. Like within the 5 stages, I feel like I'm very consistently in the third and fourth, and not so much in the fifth. Finally, this year, I feel like I'm in the 5th stage where I finally feel like I can express myself. It's the fun part. And knowing that I'm there, and knowing how I brought myself here, and knowing how to analyze it deeper through this book in many ways, how to psychoanalyze it, I feel like that's a perfect way to make sure all these students are accounted for, and I can adapt to their ways of learning without having to make every single lesson I forgot the word, but exactly the same. Like I even like learned the word recently, but it's like not like, sometimes you gotta accommodate for students, or sometimes you want to make it perfectly the same for like level ground and stuff like that. Because it even's like, it's like you can assign like lessons based on like, how do you feel you've been progressing today, like on a scale like 1 to 5, and you tell them what it is. It's like, for people who are like 4 and 5, I want you to think about this type of thing to work on. Anyone who was working on 3, work on this. Anyone on 1 and 2, think of this. I feel like even in simply that, like it could be as simple as like work on your scales versus I want you to play this piece in front of your family more often, so like that you can feel more comfortable playing this in front of others type of thing. And it breaks it down in such a way that making those types of levels of separation and like specific tasks makes it much easier. And I like it very much.